Hello everyone, if you are watching this, welcome back. This is Tika, the Cosmic Witch here with another video for you. And so today I'm going to be talking about the third quarter moon update. So we do have a lot of things that are happening in this new cosmic shift that's happening. So I'm going to go deep into it. Now this video is not going to be as smooth as my other ones because I do have the chart here and I want to make sure that I'm telling you guys all the deep details, and I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything that I know is really important that I would want to know. So I want to make sure that I'm sharing all that with you. So the first thing I want to talk about actually was the fact that Venus is officially in Virgo today. So although I am posting this and uploading this for the third quarter moon, Venus has officially entered Virgo on the Thursday. So yeah, we're going to talk about what Venus in Virgo means first and foremost. Venus, of course, as you know, is all about our attractions, our love lives, our business lives, harmony, abundance, what we are attracted to, really, essentially. And so with Venus in Virgo, we are really expressing our love in a really practical way, and we really want to ensure that everything that is either attracted to us is something that's practical and useful to us, and that the things that we are indulging ourselves in are also practical and for us. So those are some of the things that we are going to see with Venus in Virgo. So think about like the love language or the love languages. I know this is a book that maybe Libras, if you're watching, you've probably read this or are aware of this. So the love languages is a book and it really explains the different types of love and how people speak love in different languages. And one of those is the acts of service. And so when I think of Venus in Virgo, I think of the language of love in terms of acts of services. So the things that you're doing for the people around you, how are you showing your love in that way to them? How are the things that are coming and showing you their love, how is that being shown to you? Is it practical? Does it make sense for you? What is it? Okay, now, the things that we are attracted to right now, do they also make sense? Do they make sense for us in terms of who we're trying to become, in terms of the next step in your journey? What is that, and what are those things that you were attracted to, and how practical are they? Because yes, summer is still here, but it's slowly diminishing away. I'm living in Ottawa up north in Canada, in the capital, and I'm already seeing leaves falling off of trees that are crunchy and brown, like the fall leaves, and just fall is here. If you guys are hearing any noise, it's because Shiva, my black cat, is being really mischievous right now. He's trying to climb something that he can't climb. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of like what Venus in Virgo is also about as well. And also, remembering that the things that we are attracted to now are going to affect our future, and they need to be practical, and they need to serve a real purpose for us. Virgo is all about being the best of the best, and honestly, Venus in Virgo makes a lot of sense, because why would you want to invest in things that aren't going to do anything for your better person? Why would you want to invest in people that aren't going to better yourself? Right? And so when you're thinking about the things that you're indulging in, and you're thinking about the things that you are attracted to right now, I'm not saying you should feel guilty about those things, because you really shouldn't. You shouldn't feel guilty. You shouldn't feel bad because you are attracted to something. However, do be mindful of what those things are, and be mindful of what type of influence they have on you. And if it's for the better or for the worse, be really aware of that. Now, it's also a reflection, obviously, of anything that we were attracted to, like I said. And so really ensure that what you are putting yourselves in, whether it's people, places, or things that you're indulging in and you're gravitating towards, ensure that it is worth your time, okay? Now, the aspects of Venus I'm going to talk about. So Venus right now conjuncts Mars, and so our drive to move forward in new plans that we have prepared for the next step in our journey, we are really, really, really so passionate about them right now because of the conjunct to Venus. And that's great, or sorry, the conjunct to Mars. And that's really great because obviously when you're, trying to start anew, you want to work from a place from your heart and from your passion. And so this conjunction really helps with that. And so whatever we are attracted to currently, it really will have us losing our minds and really ensuring that we are moving the sun and the moon to get there, because we really, really, really want it to work. And we are not like obsessed with the material outcome, but we really want it to work. And so we will do anything we can to make it work. So again, whatever you're doing, whatever you're moving the sun and the moon for, and you're trying to like, you know, magician the hell out of the situation, that's great, but make sure it's worth your while. What are you getting out of it? Okay? And so again, work hard to receive those abundance and blessings, but make sure it is worth it for you. Okay? Make sure it's really worth it for you. Now, Venus is also trine to Uranus, I'm seeing here. So again, this aspect really inspires us to really try out new things, of course, but trying out new things to really boost our social skills, our social networking, but also our manifestation work, I would say, mostly because Venus does have to do with not the actual conjuring of the such, that's more Mercury, but Venus is about abundance. And so when we talk about manifestations, the new moon is coming up. Yes, so if there's something that you want to try that you were kind of skeptical about and you weren't really sure if you should go with it or not, then go with it, because it's going to do you well, it's going to do you just fine. But you might also be feeling really inspired right now to work more in the arts even, really adding more of these aspects into your work if you don't already. So you might be doing that. Now, a new job opportunity could also be showing up as well. However, I'm not done this video, so do not take that, like, don't get too excited. And I'm not saying it's bad, but don't get too excited right now, because I'm gonna explain some more things to you later. But just be mindful that Uranus does move quickly, and so any of these things that you are being attracted to, it could be a quick little fad or a quick little trend that's not going to have everlasting, strong, lasting results. Now, again, the Venus trine to Uranus also reminds us that we need to be mindful of what these things are that we are attracted to, and is it worth changing our routine for? Is it worth doing all that work in the first place? Is it worth pushing and moving the moon and the sun? Is it going to bring us everlasting results, or is it just going to bring us some quick results? And I'm sure a lot of you want everlasting results like I do. So that being said, if things are coming to you now, just be mindful of those aspects, because it could be something very, very quick. If you're meeting someone right now, same thing. It could be something that's really quick. Things are moving quickly, and that might be your thing. But things that move quickly burn out quickly. So that's that. Now, okay, I'm going to talk about the aspects of the actual moon for the third quarter. And also just like Virgo season as well, because as the third quarter is here on the Friday, so is Virgo season. So Virgos, if you are watching, happy solar return. I love y'all, but I have a very interesting relationship with y'all. You guys make me a better person. All of the Virgos in my life are people that I have been inspired by, and are doing amazing work in terms of spiritual services, in terms of tarot services, astrology services, any type of spiritual services that I have looked into or have been inspired by have come from Virgos. My partner is also Virgo, so I do have a interesting relationship with the Virgos per se. You guys can be really harsh on a lot of us, but we love you for it, and we thank you for looking out for us. We know that you guys only want the best for everyone, and so thank you for that. So happy solar return, Virgos. Mwah. I do love you guys. Okay, so yeah, so the moon right now will be squared to Mercury, and so we are really, really emotional right now. This is a very emotional time for us. Our emotions are really affecting the decisions that we are making, and we are changing our plans because of our emotions, which can be very difficult. Now, we can also be very opinionated right now, We could be debating with others a lot right now. And so if you find yourself either at work or even with friends and people are kind of like saying things that you don't really agree with, be mindful of that. Be mindful of your tongue. Be mindful of how you're expressing yourself to those people, because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, obviously. And so be mindful of that. And so something else I want to say is, instead of getting emotionally upset and getting your emotions involved deeply in regards to what it is that you guys are discussing in these conversations, ask yourselves, why am I being triggered by this in the first place? And what can I do to not be as triggered? So think about what is triggering you and get to that, because that is the problem. It's not the people around you. Although it could be the people around you, because Virgo season also allows us to wake up and realize that, okay, that's wrong. That doesn't make any sense. And you want to call people out on their bullshit, right? That's what Virgo season is all about. But sometimes it's not necessary, and sometimes people will push your buttons because they know where they are. And so don't allow yourself to be distracted by reacting emotionally when someone doesn't even deserve your energy. Don't put your energy into it. It's just not necessary. It's really not, okay? Now, the moon is also square to Venus, so really, again, these Venus aspects I'm telling y'all, really avoid overindulging yourself. Yes, treat yourself. I believe in treating yourself. I am a Venusian myself. I'm a Libra, so of course I believe in treating yourself. However, with this aspect, we can overdo it right now, and we'll be like, ooh, it's on sale though, so it's okay, right? No. Do not overindulge. Do not get distracted by these little things that you are attracted to. Now, this aspect can also have us feeling really motivated in regards to, actually not even. It'll have us feeling less motivated in regards to the work that we're trying to do. The moon square to Venus allows us to really kind of want to sit back and relax and really do nothing. And so with the weekend coming up, I would say, indulge in that. Really enjoy yourselves outside. Enjoy your friends, your social groups, whatever. Because your mind right now, in regards to working and putting things out there that are going to help you, this weekend, this third quarter moon, is not the time for that. Between now and I would say the new moon is not the time for that. So you can write down the ideas, yes, but do not put anything out there in regards to actions and planting the seeds just yet, because now is the time. It can backfire on you. And if you're hearing that train, that is the Via Rail Canadian train system going by. Okay, so another thing I also want to mention is that the things that we do love, we could be indulging ourselves in too much, and so we could also have potential discomfort in our relationships with people. Now, this could also include romantic relationships, but also non-romantic relationships. And so with the squares are always that conflict in the astrology charts. So we could have some conflict with the people that we consider our lovers or partners in lives or soulmates or friend mates, what have you. So again, be very compassionate, be very careful of how you're putting things, be careful of how you react to these people, because they are close to you and they're probably people you really care about. So, as much as they might be acting a damn fool right now, it's okay. You're not perfect either. And again, this Virgo season is going to have us feeling like we are the best of the best and kind of a little snobby. So be mindful of that too. But, just be prepared that yes, arguments are expected, because we do have these harsh squares happening with the moon right now. Now, I'm not done yet. The moon is also square to Mars. And so we have really impulsive reactions to things. We are possibly even getting ourselves hurt physically because of our impulsive reactions, because of our emotions. We are so emotionally over the top right now that if we get upset, it's like a volcano, and there's no waiting process of the actual eruption. We're just erupting really quickly and just like exploding. And that can be really dangerous, of course, especially if you are a business owner or someone trying to start a business and you're trying to make decisions for your business. This can be really difficult and scary for you because you are upset. And again, when you're pissed off, when you're upset, you are distracted. You are distracted from making right decisions. You are distracted from being and following and being aligned to your higher self as well. So you really want to remember these things and be really mindful of your anger right now. This moon, this whole third quarter moon, yes, Virgo season is starting, but it's starting a little shaky in regards to how we express ourselves to people, especially with our emotions right now. And so I think with the Venus aspects too, it really reminds us that we are to not overindulge, but also not indulge in people that are just wasting our time, and not indulge in people who are just not providing anything for us. You know, are they a fountain or are they a drain? Which one are they? And decide from there, because that's really going to tell you if they're worthy of being in your life or not. And unfortunately, with the Virgo season, out with the old and with the new, that is really what it is about. And I'm telling you guys, 2020, we don't have time for BS from people in our lives. None of us are going to have the time. We're going to be exhausted so much. So really, any cleansing that needs to be done, any detoxification that's happening right now between you and people and things, it is necessary. And you should be thanking the universe for pushing them out of your life, because they weren't worthy of it to begin with. And that does not mean that you are better than them. It just means that you guys are in different spaces and you are outgrowing each other, and that's okay. Now, the moon is also trine to Pluto right now, and so this is a really strong, intense aspect, because we are really feeling our emotions, and it does also support the previous aspects I had mentioned before, because the Pluto allows us to really transform what we are doing based on our emotions at this point. So we are making, again, impulsive decisions and changes based off of our emotions, and we might be convinced by people who are very close to us. We might be convinced by them to make certain changes and transform certain things of ourselves because of what they're telling us. And so be very mindful of that. Now, of course, Pluto also advises us of psychic encounters and having our psychic senses, you know, rise a little bit. So be careful of that as well. Now, allow your emotional lessons, I would say, to really help you transform your perception, and allow this aspect to help transform the way you emotionally react to things. Jot down, and I would say this week is a really great week to jot down and do a lot of journaling, because you're really going to be speaking from the heart, because your emotions are all over the place. And yes, it will be messy writing, but looking back at it and reviewing what you wrote will help you kind of understand where you were in that space and that mind space at the time, and how to navigate it better in a more healthy way moving forward throughout the rest of the year. Now, the last thing I really want to talk about was the Neptune square to Jupiter. So this is a very rare aspect that's supposedly supposed to be happening in September, but it's happening now. So be very careful of the things that you're reading, guys, online about astrology. And I know that you've probably heard from a lot of different people. And I just want to say that just because someone has a lot of followers or a big following does not mean they know what they're talking about. And I'm not throwing shade, because there are people who do have big followings who do know what they're talking about. And even I look at their stuff and review their stuff and say, wow, we got the same message, that's great, whatever. But there are tons of phony balonies out there, and they're getting harder and harder and harder to recognize. So when people are talking about aspects and this and that, really check your resources and check multiple resources just in case. And even then, the multiple resources that you do check all might be saying the wrong things. Okay, and I know for myself, it's hard for me to even express that, because I am starting out in this space as a business owner. And so I don't have a huge following right now. Obviously, it's going to grow as the coven grows. So that's that. And so even though I don't have a huge following, I know that a lot of you have responded to me saying that you do feel these aspects that I explained to you. You do feel that these are spot on and what have you. So when you are having those aha moments when watching my videos, be mindful of that and let your friends know and your family know, because you want to guide your friends and family to the right people who are really going to help you and have your well-being. Okay, I'm not here to talk about how to not work the stars. I'm not here to talk about, oh my god, square to Jupiter and Neptune, oh, everything's gonna be wrong, we should be panicking, the sky is falling. No, I'm not gonna do that. However, I do want you to understand that people don't always want your best interest, and that's really what this aspect is about that I'm going to talk about. So Neptune square, or Jupiter square to Neptune tells us that we have put a lot of optimism and trust and faith in people and in things and situations, and it turns out that it's actually not working out the way we thought it was going to. And so disappointment right now could be expected. There could be a lot of letdowns right now. We may have been, you know, realizing that, oh, we're kind of, again, Neptune is ruled by Pisces, which is all about illusions. And so with this aspect, we're slowly waking up and we're looking around and going, oh, what the this is not, this ain't it at all. This is not it. So be very careful of that. Any investments, any purchases for like courses, contracts, all those things, please do not sign anything until the square to Neptune is gone. Or at least make sure you are reviewing any contracts with a lawyer or with someone who is very wise in what you are about to sign into, because illusions are real and they are coming up right now. So be very careful of that. Okay, do your research first. If they are meant for you, if you were meant to be in business, if you were meant to, you know, go on that part of your journey, if you were meant to take that next step, then spirit and the universe will let you know, and the divine timing will be there for you, and you will be able to sign the contract or do what they were asking you to do after this aspect has moved out. So just be really careful of that. I haven't really reviewed how long this aspect will be going on for, but I will be taking a look and reviewing it daily, the charts, to see, you know, how much more of this is really going to be affecting us. Now again, the squares are about conflicts, so the Jupiter's conflict to Neptune also has to do with our overall looks of lives. So you might be feeling as though you're doing the wrong things, you're not doing the right things. Oh my gosh, do I even know what I want to do? Do I want to do this anymore? I don't know. And you're kind of going flip-floppy. Again, the aspects of Venus and the Mars have told us this already before. So this is a really intense week, guys, in terms of emotions, and our minds are doing a lot of work. And that is expected because it is Virgo season coming up. So of course, the sun in Virgo, we are talking about the best of the best things that we want for ourselves. We are discussing with people how we truly feel. We are being a little bit more critical of the people in our lives and looking at them and saying, okay, what is your real position here? And do you really even have one? Do you even really have a position here? What is your position? What is your truth? What is the truth? Hey Shiva, what's the truth? So anyway, hi Shiva. So what is the truth? What is the people in your lives? What is their real intentions in your lives? Is it for your own better higher self, or are they just there to kind of suck the life out of you and be an emotional vampire? So Virgo season is really going to be opening our eyes to a lot of different revelations and really have us looking out and looking at ourselves really raw and being like, okay, what are you really about? So if you have some harsh reality checks right now, boo, it's okay. Take a bath, relax, you talk to yourselves. The new moon is coming up next week, Friday, so I will have more videos about that and talk about other things. Yes, Shiva, we will. So anyway, that's all I have to say about those. This video is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but I wanted to make sure that I was giving you guys all that tea because y'all deserve it. And so yeah, if you are a Virgo and you are feeling these senses right now, let me know. If you are a Venusian, so if you are a Taurus or a Libra, you're really feeling these aspects right now, let me know. Aries, how are you feeling? Pisces, Sagittariuses, how are you guys feeling as well? Let me know. Cancers, how are you guys feeling? Everyone's probably feeling a hot mess. There's still a lot of trines with Uranus as well. So Aquariuses, we are still going through it. I am not an Aquarius sun, but I am an Aquarius moon and rising, so I'm like an honorary Aquarius. So a lot of us are really going through a lot of stuff. So really be gentle with people, be mindful of people's emotions, just like how you're going through something, so are they. So be mindful of that, be compassionate with the people, and be gentle with your words, and be gentle with yourself, and don't be so harsh on yourself, okay? You're not supposed to have everything figured out overnight, okay? The Rome was not built overnight in a day, so just relax, okay? Now is the time to really just be really in tune with your mind and your throat chakra, really work on your throat chakra, release any blockages now, yeah, good luck, guys. So anyway, Whew, that's all for this video, and I will see you guys very soon.